This one's over. Everything.
Credit One Bank. There'll be one left to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. You just never know how the energy is going to build right here. See the 17 card, not quite clear of Carson Hocevar as they enter the middle of turns 1 and 2. Stenhouse right on the door of the 48. Here comes some energy on the outside. Elliott. Stenhouse, watch this. Really big push right here. Guys on the bottom aren't really connected, but that 3 car is going to get to the back bumper of the 48. And now he's going to create another situation, but it's outside. He's coming on them. Long ways to the start-finish line still. Hocevar edging up on the bottom. They're 3 wide. Grease. Contact. 4 cars into the wall. Leaders coming to the line. Number 13, first-time winner, Carson Hocevar.
Wow. Yep. Just heard the beginning of this opening statement. Holy crap. What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're finally live. Welcome to AFG Sport Anime Sports Weekend Reviews. Let's break it all down. What happened this past weekend. And yes, I got a lot to talk about this on this show, on this stream right now. You can follow me right here. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Make sure you guys are still subscribed to the channel because YouTube keeps being YouTube, unsubscribing people. The way you're making videos, you're making stream, wherever I get time to upload my videos, well, YouTube likes to unsubscribe people because I understand is total horseshit. Is horseshit. Well, NASCAR, my God. What a exciting race to the end. And no one expected Carson Hocevar. And we'll get to the story of Stephen Anthony Smith in just a momentarily. We'll get to that coming up as soon as I can because I know you want me to get to the recast. And all the media, social media is going to be going after Stephen Anthony Smith. Yeah, we'll get to that just in a moment. The race in Jack Link's 500, you heard from the beginning. Just quite expected that Bubba Wallace took a little hard wreck on stage 2. It just took a little heart brutal. And no one knew because until the cautions come to that later on in the 3rd stage, no one would have thought that the race would have been over. The race would not have been over until the last few seconds left. Yeah, because the ones that did not finish the race, well, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Cole Custer, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, and Josh Berry did not finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers did not finish. 8 drivers did not finish, except 32 of them did. Well, on the last, it took a little tidal wave because it was going to come to the last consecutive turns on second and third on 3-car wides into the photo finish. Just expecting because we just knew what happened on the Craftsman Truck Series on this past Saturday. I'm sorry, the O'Reilly Auto Parts on this past Saturday. Well, Corey Day wins his first ever career O'Reilly Auto Parts Series victory in NASCAR. They took down Cruz. Sheldon Creed almost won that race, but that's what it all means. Sammy Smith finished 4th and Clements finished 5th. But Cole Custer held off to the last until the final seconds in the caution. It would have come down to this. And then Hocevar barely hangs in the balance. He wins his first ever NASCAR Cup Series victory ever. I'm surprised. No one knew if Carson Hocevar won this race because he's riding the Dente. He did ride the Dente. And the kid just wanted. He's a young man. He knows how to drive it out. And what it means is he's still a better driver as of Sunday. So and today would have been 75th birthday on Dale Earnhardt Sr. He would have been 75 after 25 years ago. The death of him in Daytona stuns everybody. He was 49, and then he would turn 50 that time until 25 years later. Well, this is my favorite. Stone these hoes. That's my favorite. It's for Dexter's Laboratory. I'll give you a thumbs up, buddy. Yep. And this is, I like this one. Yes, Carson can. Oh, I love this one. There that is. Wow. Look at that paint scheme. It looks pretty good. Looks really, really good. He's got the sickest celebration ever. Holy shit. LOL. That's awesome. And then they're all right at Dente. Oh, this is a Harry Potter. I like this one. I like the memes. The sports memes have always been, why the Dente with Chili's? Yep. And Chili's responded. I think Chili's responded to him. Now that's a moment. By the way, guys, Chili's responded to me this past Sunday. On this Sunday. Oh, yes. And I'll get to the areas. There is. That's the one I responded. Yep. Ride the Dente. Yeah. And this is my response. Chili is calling him for tonight's Ride the Dente. Drake's good. Yeah. Congrats on his first Cup Series win ever. Yeah. And Chili's responded, that win deserves a Chili's night. Yep. Someone can ride the Dente. But my goodness. And I think there is a clip and and hopefully NASCAR doesn't nail this one for me because they like to nail the copyright strike from me at all the channels that has content creators. But here is the interview that Hocevar wanted for his brother, Cletus McFarland. Let's roll. So hopefully this won't give us a copywriter. But here we go.
Brother, it's Cletus. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Dude,
you drive that thing to the front every weekend. I knew it was coming. I knew you were going to do it. You drove your tail off. Great job. We're all so proud of you, man. Great job.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Cletus.
Wow. That pretty much special for this young man that gave Cletus McFarland congratulate to his best friend, Carson Hocevar. That's a good celebration for this guy. I mean, need to come out of the hat says making Chili's great. Oh, come on. Don't start with that. We never stop being great. Yeah. Oh, come on. What are we doing? Question mark. Yeah. Because everybody's riding the Dente. Oh, man. Most popular win in your sport in a long time. Yep. He has been. He has been in the sport. So, well, congratulations to Carson Hocevar, his first victory. And on to the next race. It's back to my home state. It's not Circuit of Americas. I know it's 3 hours and 45 minutes from here to there. Where it's on to Fort Worth, Texas. Yep, Texas Motor Speedways this Friday. The Speedcash.com 250 in the Craftsman Truck Series. And Saturday's the biggest event of the year that I'm always expecting. Everybody loves. Because I know you guys like frozen treats. I know I am too, but not as much because I got to watch my health. Well, let me try that again. Right there. This Friday at 7 p.m., the Craftsman Truck Series, the Speedcash.com 250. Saturday, the Andy Frozen Custers, something like that. Yeah, it's this Saturday at 2:30. It's that big time of the year. Yep. And Sunday, the Word 400, presented by Koi Moli. I'm going to enjoy watching it. Because it's that time of the year again. Yeah. I mean, I'm expecting whoever wins that race, it's going to come down to the last minute of that. So, next one, we go to Fort Worth, Texas. We're off to Fort Worth, Texas. Now, I want to get to the story because last week, someone just called out from Stephen Anthony Smith, NASCAR are not just athletes. And I'm just gonna put this out on. I can find it, so I can find a link. I understand. Oh, there's a lot. I think I want to go to heavy.com. So here he is. Kevin Harvick destroyed Stephen Anthony Smith's NASCAR take with one brutal reality check, and we'll show you the clip because hopefully they'll hit the nail biter. And there he is, and it's right there. So here we go. Kevin Harvick did just respond to Stephen Anthony Smith. He cut the argument. Yeah. And this is what this dumb clown says. After Smith's now viral claim that NASCAR drivers aren't athletes, quote, the reaction across the sport was intimidated. Pushback and file on Kurt Busch even issued a personal challenge. This guy doesn't know when to shut up. He does not know how to shut himself up. Never shut his mouth. He should. How about this? Stick to Dallas Cowboys. Stick to trolling Dallas Cowboys. Stick to basketball. Stick to football and nothing else. You clown. This is why people don't watch ESPN every single time. If it's on First Take because of him, remember, Max Kellerman has been released from his duty. He has been relieved from his duty because of the controversy 5 years ago that is said to him, but I can't tell why. Now, and Molly Curran is no longer on ESPN. Yeah, she's no longer with us. Well, not passing, but no longer the job. I think it's somebody else on First Take. I think Shay Cornett is taking over the job. Yeah, Shay Cornett is taking over the job, if I'm not mistaken. So, but Harvick took a different routine. Instead of firing off the one-liner, the former Cup Series champion leans on something far harder to argue with: real-world data. And it told a very different story. ESPN has been a downfall ever since. They lost Sunday Night Baseball. You're replacing the one of the wokest thing in sports, which is the Women's Sports Sunday. And by the way, I'll get to the NCAA tournaments in just a moment. Women's Sports Sunday. Nobody's going to tune in for that. Who's watching it? Oh, yeah, the wokes. Only the wokes. And here is the clip because we're going to get to that story coming up right now because, oh, man, Kevin Harvick and Will Buxton took a shot at Stephen Anthony Smith. And, oh, man, they're not going to like this. ESPN is not going to like this. That is Bronx sexual dick riders. Oops, I'm in the wrong. Oops. I don't know why I pressed that. Oh, I meant this one. That's okay. That's okay. It is what it is, but it's what it means. I meant this one because this is from the Twitter X. Kevin Harvick just took a shot. Well, Will Buxton also took a shot at Stephen Anthony Smith, who was part of Stephen Anthony Smith's show. Idiot does not know what he's talking about. All he does is yapping, whining, moaning. Yeah. Because his dumbass doesn't keep his mouth shut. That's why ESPN's been falling. ESPN's been a downfall ever since. And let's not get it twisted with L. Duncan. Yes, I understand you went to Netflix and then you got one story that you want to talk about. Oh, man. Oh, man. And then she went to USA Sports for the WNBA. A lot of CC22 fans. Yeah, there's the clip right there. And we're going to talk to that next. Hopefully they'll hit this in a nail. But let's get to the talking on Stephen Anthony Smith. Kevin Harvick or Will Buxton.
If you don't know anything about racing, just keep your opinion to yourself because you don't think about sports to the folks who may watch us. Where I burned 3,200 calories. They called me the next week and said, "Hey, we're going to send you another wire. There's something wrong."
But let me skip this right there because hopefully I'll get
that much of a calorie burn or constant heart.
Hopefully I won't get nailed by it, but you get my point.
Absolutely nothing he's talking about.
Any elite driver, they are an elite athlete. Motor racing is not sitting on your ass and pushing a pedal and using steering wheel to drive yourself to your shots. It is the most extreme of extreme sports.
Yeah, it is most extreme on extreme sports. That's what Will Buxton says. And now, my response, well done, sirs. Well done. Boom. Yep. And this person, let's see if I can find it. This person says way too much fueling spill on Stephen Anthony's fire. People need to learn and to ignore him instead of feeding into his bullshit. I agree. He's a dumbass head. Dumb shithead. Stephen Anthony Smith is a dumbass. Stephen A. Smith's an idiot. I agreed. I agreed. Well, if Stephen Anthony Smith wants to run his mouth about NASCAR, well, and there he is. It says, quote, "Here's the deal with Stephen Anthony Smith. This guy has no clue about racing," Harvick said. "And I don't mind people criticizing our sports or our drivers or our people, but if you don't know anything about racing, just keep your opinion to yourself because you should be even have an opinion if you don't know anything about this sport." Yeah, exactly. This man does not know what he's talking about. Again, ESPN has been falling ever since this clown invaded our sport. But, this guy, he's the one and only that say what he wants. No, this guy's so stupid. This guy is super stupidity that wants to run his mouth and say whatever he wants to say. I'm going to leave it right there, guys, because I'm glad Harvick and Buxton took a shot at this clown that works at ESPN right now. Yeah. And his own show, Stephen Anthony Smith Show. So there's that. So IndyCar, nothing going on except it's almost in the month of May. Well, it's getting closer to the month of Indianapolis, May. The road course is almost a week away from Saturday. Not this week, next week. So, yeah, the clown, Stephen Anthony Smith, keep that opinions to yourself because nobody wants to hear you, all right? Nobody wants to hear you. So, now, NFL draft. Oh, the NFL draft. The Kansas City Chiefs had great picks this past week. Man, oh boy. I'm just glad the Chiefs pick up their good players, except Green Bay did not have the first round picks unlike last year. I understand. That's my guess, but here is the big reason I love this for for their best offense and defense. Well, their defense had really good stacked. So, and cooking an old Kansas City barbecue, that's good. That's good. So the Chiefs drafted in the pick six in the first round in the 6th overall pick. Well, Mansour Delane, he was a cornerback in LSU, and this kid just put really good statistic numbers ever since Jaden Daniels era. And then you got Gary Nussmeier is right there. We'll get to that just a sec. Guy had a good corner of his college career. So we drafted a corner, and then a couple picks later in the 29th, the same round, defensive tackle out of Clemson, Peter Woods, Dabo Sweeney's defensive player that's been corner into that inside out. So there's that. And then also they drafted the rookie Mason Thomas, Mason Thomas, on the 2nd round, 40th pick of OU still sucks hashtag. And they drafted defensive end. So this is a great pickup because we got a good defensive play for the Chiefs because they don't need some offense, only a few. But they drafted like 4 defensive players for that. And then Jaden Kennedy out of Oregon, defensive back. We drafted another defensive back player in the 4th round, 109 pick, overall pick, 109th. So this kid has good numbers, except play for Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, and then you got Dante Moore as well ever since. And then plus Dan Lanings for coaching him, coaching with Dan Lanings. Play for Dan Lanings. Well, he's still coaching. So Kennedy's going to be with us. Emma Johnson is now going to the Chiefs. The running back out of Nebraska. Big running back, but can't stop Indiana or Ohio State. And then Cyrus Allen, a wide receiver, also got drafted by the Cincinnati Bearcats. An 176 overall pick in the 5th round. Both back-to-back 5th rounds, 61 and 76, like 15 picks later. That's something that we drafted a wide receiver, Cyrus Allen. And we drafted a backup quarterback that's going to help Patrick Mahomes. Because you got Justin Fields for next season. Because I don't know what happened to Gardner Minshew, the mustache guy from Washington State Cougars. Gary Nussmeier is a quarterback out of LSU. Back up by Jaden Daniels now. So, and we'll be all right with this. But if you're a Chiefs fan, I mean, there's a lot pickup is going to be sensational. Oh, I mean, so much good picks for Gary Nussmeier. He's a great quarterback. I mean, he's not a starting quarterback, but that's him, by the way. Oh, Gary Nussmeier. Great quarterback for the Chiefs. Great quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. And look at his look at his arm. Looks like he's already going on the line. Sensei Mahomes. You gotta steal this pick. A steal. Good luck, Ness. Yeah. So this might help for the Chiefs, and hopefully this is an excellent pick. Yeah, because that's going to help Mahomes as backup because he's not going to be back until he's still on a rehab. Oh, that's just hilarious. He's on a rehab, and this is look at his info, and the Chiefs put that website out. Undersized pocket passer with legit arm talent that has not been able to make up some flaws in the game in his game. Yeah, Nussmeier's guy had to pass the ball where the time comes on preseason. So now here's a shutout for this man, Gary Nuss. There he is. Look at him wearing the Chiefs hat right there. Oh, he's good.
King, what's going on? It's good here. Can't wait to get there and get to work. Let's go,
There you
Chiefs,
go.
baby.
There you go. There you go. Can you imagine it? But I'm a little happy for this, but this is really good for the Chiefs because Nussmeier's got to get some work done when the time comes, and because Brad Beak is already there for giving us a chance. So, hey, Chiefs Kingdom's got some work. So, and on the Packers side, I want to get to the Green Bay Packers. Drafted their except the first round, they did not. Well, yeah, it is what it is. But we're gonna look at the little draft picks because there's a lot of freaking lists right there, and I can't find it. I want to find the rest of the list, but so if I could go to this, but let's get down to business because there's a lot of Packers stories I want to get to that. Yeah, Brandon Cease. They drafted a cornerback for their 57 overall pick in the second round. Yeah, they drafted this guy out of South Carolina, the Gamecocks. That wanted to become not successor as Steve Spurrier or the late Lou Holtz. Rest in peace to Lou, by the way. So they took a corner. That's great. Glad. Their first round. Well, last year we drafted a wide receiver out of Texas. Matthew Golden. Here's Brandon Cease's quote. Whatever the Packers need me to do, I can do. There you go. He's coming to Green Bay. And the third round, we drafted another defensive player, Chris McLean. McLean, wherever you want to pronounce his name, his defensive tackle out of Missouri. Another SEC team. Another SEC team. Because it knows how to cook it, because this is just keeping it intense a bit. And now this is put his statement on Chris McLean says, I know it's one of the most legendary franchises in the league. The expectation is to win the games this year in and out. Well, year in, year out. So hopefully there's a chance. Playoffs. Hopefully we get out of the way. Maybe the Super Bowl, but I gotta aggress. with that. And then the fourth round, 120th, they drafted a pass rusher out of Penn State, Danny Dennis Sutton. Pretty good pickup. Man, we drafted another defensive player. And it started to look good. Man, God knows how to ball. Unless Matt LaFleur is going to be on a hot seat when the time comes, I hope. And another one, we drafted in the 153rd pick. We drafted an offensive guard, center out of Kentucky. Another SEC player on the team, which is Jager Burton. The guy can block. We're probably going to have to protect their quarterback with Jordan Love, and there's a chance that will shield inside of it, and I just can't wait. And we drafted another SEC. That's 4, a defensive corner out of Alabama. So we'll get more to the story in just a moment. Back to football. Oh, back to football. Yeah, as I said, the Packers have drafted good stuff when it comes to that, and I'll get to the rest. Yeah, Damani Jackson out of Alabama, we drafted a corner. After Nick Saban's departure, then you got Kayla DeBoer. And another SEC player. We just drafted a kicker. Trey Smack. We drafted this kicker. Out of the University of Florida Gators. That's pretty cool. So hopefully the kicker might not miss a chance. So we'll have to see. And another SEC player. Yeah, we told you here. Well, that's pretty much all the draft picks. And except the Texans. And I'll get to the story of Eli H from the Steelers, hometown native. I know Drew Aller is going to be going elsewhere. I forgot his because I know Ty Simpson went to the Rams. So a lot of players that we drafted him. So lots of good players. So now Kenyon. We drafted him out of Georgia Tech. Offensive line. Caden McDonough, national champion out of Ohio State. Yeah, beating my Texas, and then they beat Notre Dame, the national championship. And then Marlon Klein. A tight end. We just drafted a tight end out of Michigan, I believe. And then you got Fabeshi Nwaiwu, I think out of Clemson. And then not Clemson. Boston College, something like that. You got this is Clemson, Wade Woodess, and then you got Kamari Ramsey, USC, defensive back, and then they drafted Lewis Bond out of Boston College, I should say. And then Aiden Fisher, national champion out of Indiana Hoosiers, going to the Houston Texans. And there's the guy from Oklahoma, I should say. Now, Fisher's got good numbers in his career. 328 tackles, 22 fumble TFLs, tackle force losses, and 7.5 sacks, 3 picks, only 1 return for the touchdown, and 12 PDs. And plus, he was a 2-time first-team All-Big Ten of the year and finalist for the Butkus Award, Dick Butkus Award. Last season, he started 51 games. Well, he played 51 games, 39 starts between, stints in James Madison and Indiana. That includes with Kirk Cinetti. Look at this big man. Look at the big man right there. Oh, man. Who's yours? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I think I could find this. Find a clip for. You know what? The heck with it. Okay. Yeah, this kid from Oklahoma. But it's pretty cool that the Texans drafted. And then McDonald got drafted from Ohio State. He was in tears, by the way. He was in emotionally tears. And I know Fernando Mendoza has went to the Raiders. I know that. And Eli Heidenreich, who committed by Navy, he went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And there's his brother playing at Penn State University right now. So. I mean, Eli Heidenreich is a good guy. He's going to be a running back or wide receiver for the Steelers. And this is a great special moment. I don't want to get too much copyright strike. And this is him right there, with the 230th pick overall, 7th round. But Steelers are pulling for this young man. As a diehard Navy fan, y'all just kick ass with this pick. He's such an amazing Swiss Army knife player. I really wanted him to go to the Commanders, but no, they took a less quarterback instead. Great job, Pittsburgh, between taking him in the pit, still seeing having a great a moment. Yeah, love it. Yep, I agree. Real woo for him, but go Navy. Be Army. Oh, I like this one. And I'm not gonna click a sound, but he just walked in and he put it on his salute. Now that was a great moment for the Steelers and himself. But what a moment! Oh, and by the way, before we get to the next topic, and then to the NBA, well, guess who did not get drafted? Diego One Thug Pavia. Oh, that was pretty special. That was pretty funny. That was hilarious. Pavia did not get drafted because of his attitude and the backlash on F Indiana and F all the Heisman voters. Yeah, that took a shot on him. But first, let me get to that. Before... Oh, come on, Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens just took a troll on them. Yeah, the Steelers still suck. Come on. So, that's pretty cool. But Diego Pavia, I want to get to that because he's already been signed by the Ravens. I get it. And I'll get to that. Yeah, this is him right there. And remember, he was in the strip club, and they caught him big time. And this is when they undrafted. And my reactions to this, yeah, this is mine. Karma is a bitch for Punk Pavia the thuggery. Woo! Yeah, this is from Dawn to Dawn. I think it's season 1 or season 2, but I digress. Yeah. He might go to the UFL. Yeah, that's what I'm expected to look at, but unfortunately, too late. Look at this. This is the picture of his behavior. Bite the hand that feeds you, and the middle finger is the end result. F all the voters, but family for life. Look at him. His thuggish behavior. His thuggish behavior at the Heisman, because he's still bitter and pissed about Fernando Mendoza lost. Well, lost. He's still lost to Fernando. Oh, this is my favorite one. Oh, this is my favorite one. Working at McDonald's. Can I have some with some of the fries, sir? Can I have some with the fries too? Oh, this is my, I think someone put this out. It says, "Welcome to McDonald's. I'm Diego. I'll be happy to serve you ahead with the order: 1 egg McMuffin with extra cheese. Anything else? 1 large coffee with black and 2 creams and 1 sugar. Will be anything else? Try to the window, please." That's great. That's great. That's hilarious. Oh, that's my favorite one. Oh yeah, the Pack watch. Oh yeah, rest in peace, Bozo. Oh, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite. I'm telling you, the sports memes never died. Never died. Oh, there's going to be more of it. I responded on Diego Pavia's ass. Oh. Because Mendoza won everything that it says, but, well, except he did not. For you, one Diego Pavia. And this is me. The Diego Doug Pavia went undrafted all because of the backlash from the Heisman Trophy winner and Fernando Mendoza from Indiana football. Sorry, not sorry. That's quote FIU and F all the Heisman voters. Go sit down and go. Yeah, he should go to the CFL. And this is from that after Bleacher Report Gridiron just posted it out, and this is mine. You did this to yourself, Diego Pavia. You said FIU, F all the Heisman voters. Go sit your ass down. Yeah, because of his big mouth. He has a big mouth of his. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, we already saw that one. He called Johnny Manziel his hero, and we all know what happened to Manziel. Yeah. Manziel went down the ship, the sinking ship, after his college life, and look what happened in professional. Oh, this is funny. This is funny. Oh man, because he's so unlikable. He's everyday y'all thought Shador was toxic, dramatic, loud, obnoxious, and uncivilized. I agree. Good question to that one. Good luck. He did this to himself. He admits to did this to himself for running his mouth and say F Indiana and F all the Heisman voters. He put this out. Diego Pavia will play for the none because he's a sore loser. He needs to apologize to the entire Vanderbilt, of course, Fernando Mendoza, Heisman, Indiana. That's my response. He should, but they're not gonna want to because Diego Pavia is a sore ass loser. Another one. Yeah, and this is a troll right there for one dog. Yeah, this dude covers the NFL. Heartbreaking Vanderbilt star QB Diego Pavia becomes the first Heisman finalist since 2014. If you guys don't know who was the undrafted, was Jordan Lynch out of Illinois. Look, no one showed up for his party. Well, no one wanted to draft him. No one. And this is my response. An absolute lie. How can you call this heartbreaking? He's a complete douchebag for coming in and run his own mouth. He should work at McDonald's while cooking the fries. Yeah, he should cook the fries. Oh, this is my favorite. Walmart. Andy, you got it on the shopping cart, sir? That's good. That's good. No worries. Walmart is always hiring. That's funny. That's funny. Can you imagine works in my town? Oh, wait, that won't work. Now he did that to himself. Welcome to State Farm, Diego. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. And this is another one. This is what that's what happens with Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia, when you run your mouth, use your vulgar language, cry harder. I hope, yeah. CFL, UFL welcomes you in open arms. Yeah. He should. And this is my favorite one. Yep. Cross-eye. Yeah. And this is Vanderbilt. They're getting destroyed. Oops. No, screw that. They're getting absolutely destroyed. And I like this one. Yeah. Delusional. Undrafted. What an idiot. How about me? That's Colin Kaepernick. Oh, the Burger King. Can I get some fries with it on the bag, please? Yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. And then, yeah, he got drafted by by the Baltimore Ravens. After he got drafted, yeah, effing dumpster fire. There he is. A 3-year deal. Oh, this is my favorite one. The little midget. I'm Lamar Jackson. You must be midget. Oh, come to Chevrolet and Pavia, Texas, y'all. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. That's great. That's great. Oh, that's great. This is why the draft is rigged and college stats means nothing in the NFL and the postseason and its finest trash organization. Everybody's going against. Look at this. F the Ravens. Yeah. Absolutely getting cooked on himself. So there's that, guys. NFL draft. Now, we have to wait till the schedule comes out. So, oops. Wrong button. So, and there's me. There's me. So, NBA playoffs. You want me to get to the story? Oh, my God. First playoff series win since 2017. The San Antonio Spurs are moving on to the second round. And that felt really good. That felt really, really good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. After Wembanyama was out in game 3, after a collision in game 2, because whatever happened after that little hard hit, and I think it's in the late first half or the early second half. I can't remember that to summarize that, but yeah, Spurs won. And not gonna have time to read the article, but we're moving on to the second round. And my God, this team is special. And now this team, after these past 6 years, all because of the politics that came out of Greg Popovich's mouth, Daryl Morey and the China and the NBA went after him, and Steve Kerr fell in line. Yep. And don't forget Glenn Doc Rivers as well. About Renee Good and Alex Pretty. Yeah. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that crap anymore. That's all in the past now. But we'll get to the Minnesota in just a moment. But the Spurs took a series win for the first time in almost nearly a decade. Just like UConn men's basketball 2023, and then the women's last year's 25 to win it all, I should say. Now the Spurs won their first playoff series ever. Oh my God! And then game 3, San Antonio took a wake-up call with Luke Cornett, the others, and that took a pretty much sensational. And also, game 4, Danny Ajiva did this to himself for pushing Stephon Castle. He did this to himself because De'Aaron Fox had impressive performance. Like he had 37 points. He had like 28 points, something like that. But still, does not matter. Does not matter. And now, last night, after a dominating first half and then a second half, Portland was about to come back. That didn't age well because they ran out of time. Double 114 points against Portland. This is from Sunday. And Ajiva had 26. Still, when Wembanyama played in game 4, that pretty much waked this team up because he has 12 rebounds. Castro has 8 assists. And guys, Thiago Splitter is a good coach. Don't get me wrong. He is a great coach. He won a championship with us 12 years ago. And that was Pop's 5th and last championship with the Spurs, by the way. He was a player for Splitter and now coaching in Portland. And the reason why he took over the team, because the Chauncey Billups investigation is still ongoing. And Damon Jones is the first person that was found guilty. LeBron's mentor, best friend, was found guilty. LeBron's going to be in fall line next. I have a big feeling because the NBA knows that LeBron lies to everything when it comes to politics, run his mouth, doxing the cop in Ohio, and posted a tweet says you're next, and he deleted and apologized. Well, it's too late. It's too late. LeBron did this to himself, and I hope the Rockets come back for sure. But last night it was a great and dominance fashion that Wembanyama played, De'Aaron Fox, and plus Champagne was shooting threes last night. It was pretty good. It was really good. And and this is a little bit of the article. San Antonio Victor Wembanyama has 17 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 blocks, and the San Antonio Spurs never trailed in eliminating the Portland Trail Blazers 114-95 last night in Game 5 of their first-round playoff series. And by the way, Portland has not beaten us since 1990. And that's when they went to the finals and lost to Detroit Bad Boys Pistons because they went back-to-back, by the way, 89 and 90. And that was the last CBS broadcasting ever last year before they moved to NBC. De'Aaron Fox had 21 points, Julius Champagne had 19 points, and Dylan Harper had 17 as the Spurs led as many as 28 points and winning their third straight game to advance to the second round. San Antonio advanced to the Western Conference semifinals for the first time in nearly a decade, 2017, 9 years ago when they beat the Houston Rockets. Yeah, and you already know how that went out by Kawhi Leonard and the Warriors. I'm going to skip this article because I don't want to use the same bullshit when it comes to that I'm going to lose some subs as a Spurs fan. Then I don't give a rat's ass. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. The Spurs will face the winner of the series between the Denver Nuggets and Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves lead that series 3-2 with Game 6 as scheduled for tomorrow night. I hope Denver pulls that comeback. I really, really do. I really, really do. And Champagne at 30 minutes will play 30 minutes. Wembanyama played 34, along with Fox and Vestal. And Castle only played 33. Everybody played almost nearly 40 minutes, but they all played 30 minutes last night, except Johnson almost had 20. But 18 minutes. Harper played 26 minutes. Cornette and Barnes played 13 minutes. On Portland, Drew Holiday played 40 minutes. Like it's college, but it's not. It's professional. 40 minutes. And their statistics, they're all pretty good. But the free throws don't matter. Still won the series. Moving on to the next round. Hey guys, I don't know what else to tell you, but if you're a Spurs fan, it's starting to look really good. And it's a special team. It is special basketball. It's starting to feel good. And I'm already loving it. I'm already loving it. And guys, Daniel Chiva flopped the hell out of himself. Now I'm not going to show it to you. I'll show you that right now. And look at this bitch. He went flopping himself like a little. Let me see that again. I'll tell you that. De'Aaron Fox pushed him. Him Duncan. Look at that little flopping bitch. He missed it by a little foot. And this is me, the floppiest bitch ever. F. Danny DeChiva forever. Sincerely, the entire Spurs fan. And this is him Duncan roasting the hell out of him. Danny DeChiva is the first player I have ever seen to flop so many badly that he gets himself heated and sincerely teed up. True legendary shit. Well, you've seen LeBron James flopping the bleep out of himself. You've seen LaChina He misses by a little foot because he flopped so many times. The greatest flopper in the NBA. But Michael Jordan, you don't see that one. And this is from Spurs culture. Some of y'all own a De'Aaron Fox an apology. If they don't, block their asses out the door. Yeah, we don't want to hear no shit on De'Aaron Fox's excuses. It needs to stop. Yep, I agree. And this is one dumb. But one of the Spurs dumbasses want to say this: the fact that some Spurs fans said trade him. They're not real Spurs fan. Exactly. They're a bunch of bleeped up mutter effers. I'm sorry. I was a jerk. Are you sure about that? Because it's too late for that. It's too late for that. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this is fun. This is funny. Oh, this is funny. This is hilarious. But no, these people are not basketball fans. They're a bunch of bitches. They're a bunch of P-word ass bitches. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I posted this. Well, still. To all the Danny Ajiva lovers and Dick Riders out here, get the bleep out of here. Bobby, yeah. This is from Harlem Ever After by Prime Video. Yeah, Bobby. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, Wembanyama is a force in another dimension. And then, of course, ESPN was going to go through. Yeah, they were cutting through commercial while they were showing replays, and they just cut through commercial. I'm like, what the bleep are you doing? ESPN's been a failing network ever since. But typical ESPN, right? That's what it means. And by the way, Kellen Johnson won the Six Man of the Year awards. So good for him. Good for him. Now, we told you the Warriors will be facing the Nuggets and the Wolves. Timberwolves, that's tomorrow night, 8:30. I'm gonna be keeping my eyes on that because I want to see Denver come back down 3-1. We see a few teams came back down 3-1. Especially 10 years ago, a decade ago, when the Cavs came back against the Warriors. Yep. We all saw that at Game 7. The NBA wanted China to win. In Cleveland. And the Thunder, they swept the Suns that much because Suns have no competition. The Thunder played no one against them because they took care of the Suns with a sweep. 4-0. And without Kevin Durant, the Rockets are still alive. Yeah, because the Lakers try to sweep him. Oh, wait, that didn't happen. They're playing tonight at 9. Let's hope the Rockets win again without Kevin Durant because he only played, I think it was a game 2 or 3. It was a game 3. No, it was a game 2 or 3, something like that. And then in game 3, no one showed up the game without Kevin Durant because in the stands, nobody showed up that game. So that pretty much put them in a nail head and a hammer nail. So there he is. The Thunder will play the Rockets to the Lakers. That's tonight's Game 5. Hope the Rockets come back and the Nuggets too. Meanwhile, the Magic, they're playing tonight at 6 on Prime. They're up 3-1, and they'll be the 7th team ever in the Western Conference. In the NBA playoffs history, the 8th seed could beat the 1 seed once again because we already seen 3 years ago the Heat upset the Bucks, and they went on to go to the NBA Finals. And how that went out? Yeah, they got shot themselves in the foot by the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic. Because Celtics were down 3-0. They almost came back, but they didn't. They ran out of time by the Heat. They were the second NBA team down 3-0, like the Blazers and the Mavericks. they fell apart. Mavericks were up, and the Blazers almost came back, and that didn't happen. So, except the Red Sox, they were down 3-0, and they were the first team ever in baseball history that came back against the Yankees in 2004. Everybody still remembers that. Sorry, Yankees fans. Don't bitch at me. Don't you bitch at me as an Astros fan. And we'll get to baseball in just a moment. And tonight, the Cavs and the Raptors, they're tied. The series is still tied at 2 because the Raptors won in Game 4 on Sunday. And now there's going to be a slice and dice with James Harden and the Cavs. And they'll get together. Season's over for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because the Raptors could win it for the first time since they won the championship 7 years ago in the NBA Finals. And the Knicks, they're up 3-2. Last night, just watched the end of that game. They were not going down. The Hawks have had 2 more chances to win that game, or their season's done. So the Knicks, they're up 3-2. They have tomorrow night. It's night 6:30 over there in Cleveland. And it's also tomorrow night. Celtics and the Sixers, 7 o'clock. NBCSN and Peacock. Well, the Sixers have not beat the Celtics. The Sixers have not beaten the Celtics since 1982 when they won the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Lakers in that time. Yep, that was the year Paul Westhead got fired for the Lakers and Pat Riley took over the team. Yeah, everybody was chanting BLA for the whole Celtics fans to tell the Sixers because they want to be LA. At the end of that episode on Winning Time, it was episode 5. Yeah. Episode 5. F Boston. Yep. F Boston. Yeah. And that song, Keep On Loving You by Real Speedwagon. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So, there's that. The NBA playoffs. Eastern Conference have not moved on except the Western Conference. 2 more teams got in. So there's that. There's that. The NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Well, Carolina Hurricanes. They also swept the Ottawa Senators 4-0. It was no problem whatsoever. And also, you saw the Avs. They took a sweep on the Kings. Kobe's NHL career is coming to an end. And there is a picture of Victorious, and I saw the picture and on Instagram. It was like, is this the guy who played the NHL in the episode? Question mark. I saw it, but I'm not going to show it to you. But you get my point. So yeah, Colorado sweeps him. That's the winner. And yeah, Dallas, they pissed themselves once again. We finally got rid of Pierre DeBoer. I get it. Pierre the bitch. Pierre the whore. I don't give a bleep if I want to insult this bullshit because I want to call out Peter. He's already in the Isles. I don't give a bleep. All right. I'm against the Isles, and now I'm against Pierre the bitch. I'm sorry. This guy destroyed the franchise 3 consecutive times in the Western Conference Finals. Las Vegas Golden Knights, 2023, 2024, the Edmonton Oilers, and 25, back-to-back years against Connor McDavid. I'm sorry, Connor McBitch. Connor McWhore. The guy I despise the most. He's the Caitlin Elizabeth Clark. He is the Thomas Edward Patrick Brady II. He is the John Cena of the NHL that wants to represent and ruin everybody on all of us as hockey fans, including myself. That I've been watching since 2005-06 got me started after the lockout ended. That's what got me started in the NHL, and especially the Dallas Stars and Carolina Hurricanes. And now the season ends tomorrow because we're already a loss away, and they're going to embarrass themselves over there. This is bullshit. Dallas plays the bullshit games and win the horseshit prize. That's where they are. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. That's what they are. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. It hurts me. It hurts me every single effing times. Anyways, yeah, just end our season from the woke Minnesota Miles. Yeah, mild, not wild, mild. I like to call him. I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan. I'm a Packers fan because I despise the Minnesota Vikings, the Queens. Excuse me, I despised them, and now I despise the Minnesota Mile in the NHL. Same with the Timberwolves. Because I'm pulling for the Denver Nuggets to come back this series down 3-1 in the NBA playoffs to face my Spurs again. I want this to happen. Because I despise all Minnesota professional sports. What do you want me to say? Despise the Minnesota Lynx? No. Because you got Laficia Collier or Cheryl Reeve. Cheryl Reeve is there on the team. Laficia Collier is on the team too. In the WNBA. Who played UConn. Anyways, the Golden Knights and the Mammoth, they're tied at 2. They're playing tonight at 9. Hope Mammoth wins this one. And the Ducks still have a chance tomorrow night at 9 p.m., 24 hours later. So hopefully this might wake themselves up. If you're an Anaheim Ducks, you better win your first playoff series. And not only the Canes took a sweep on the Senators, the winner of this one will face the teams right now in the battle of the state of Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Sidney Crosby Sexuals against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers better close the series out because I have a feeling they'll be the fewest team ever to come back down 3-0 in the NHL. We already saw the Kings came back down 3-0 12 years ago in the first round. Against Montreal Canadiens, something like that. But yeah, and they won the Stanley Cup that year in 2014 against the Rangers in Game 5. We all saw that. Alec Martinez shot the game winning his own life. And that same year, the Spurs won a championship. Yeah. But this is different. 12 years later, this is way different. But I have a big feeling surprise the Penguins are going to come back this series. I have a big guess. And it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Yeah. Pens are trying to make a comeback. Canadians and the Lightning, they're coming on. They're playing tonight at 6 on within an hour from now on ESPN2. The Canadians try to win this game, I hope, against the Bolts. And last night, Buffalo shot themselves in the foot because they missed a call. They missed a cross-checking, and Boston won it. They raked the game away. The NHL wanted the Boston Bruins to keep their rings. Most of the country wanted most of the country want the Buffalo Sabres to win, not the Boston Bruins. We don't need a Boston Bruins to win another goddamn playoff series. No. Do you remember 2024 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins in overtime Game 7? We all remember that. What happened is Toronto Maple Leafs shot themselves in the foot against the Boston Bruins. They have not won it all ever since. They pissed it away. They pissed themselves away. So there is that on the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Canes are looking good. Hopefully they keep on going. I would love to see the Avs and the Canes face each other like 2001 versus 2006. Because 2002, the Detroit Red Wings won it all. There's that. There's that. Now, Major League Baseball. Well, we got some few managers firing today. I understand the season's still going on. Alex Cora is the first one to fire on Saturday. And he was the first manager to be out because the team went 10-17 in the last place in the American League East, and the others were fired under hitting coach Peter Fotze, bench coach Ramon Vasquez, dirt base coach Kyle Hudson, and game playing coach and former Major League Baseball champion legend with the Boston Red Sox, 2007 through 2013, if I'm not mistaken, Jason Varitek. They're all out. All 5 of them are out. So it is starting to fall apart after that win against the Orioles, and they fire him. Look at this. Even one Red Sox fans agree. Fire Jason Varitek from the Red Sox should be a sin. Yeah. And remember, Alex Cora, back in 2020, there was a whole bunch of heat during the coronavirus. Remember, we had coronavirus that time in 2020, and it's not a good year for us. I understand it was 6 years ago, but they call it a scamdemic. I get it. All right, I get it. Well, Alex Cora found out in 2018. They also found out he got a sign stealing scandal, and the team but the Red Sox team suspended him in 2020. And look at this. Following the 2019 season, Cora was implicted in the sign stealing scandal by the Houston Astros. And that also the same year, in November 2019, several members of the Astros, they were found out big time. And except we already know that sign stealing for Houston, well, it was a whole bunch of heat that catches it. Ever since. And there's the firings. Well, during the national championship game. So there is. Jim Crane was the one that got. Jim Crane fired John Lognall and Adrian Hinch. Neither one of them started, but neither one of them did anything about it. Yeah, that's their quotes. So the reason is the electric buzzers, the watches, trash can bangers. Now, Houston Astros did not know nothing about that. And then here's what Jim Crane says: extraordinary trouble and upset. And then a day later, Alex Cora, he was the first person that's parting ways. He got fired. Until 6 years later, Alex Cora was suspended throughout the entire 2020 season, and especially in the postseason. 6 years later, we just saw on Saturday, he got fired after that win against the Orioles. He got fired. You can rate this on yourself, guys, and this is right there. It says, Cora and the Red Sox may agree with part ways according to the Georgia State issue by majority John Henry and Tom Warner and Sam Kennedy. All parties involved concluded that given the nature of the findings, Cora, could not effectively lead the team. Yeah, because no one knew who was behind all of this. And whoever finds guilty, someone's going to find out is the Red Sox did not know nothing about that until they did. And now, here we are 6 years later, he is the second manager who got fired with the Red Sox. And now, yesterday or two, we just learned another news that we just found out. Rob Thompson for the Philadelphia Phillies. After leading away 4 years ago, that same season, 2022, Joe Girardi got fired in the month of May or June until led this team in the NLCS, all the way to the postseason for the first time since 2011. and then all the way to, well, that was when they need the Brewers to be out of here. But you get my point. The NLCS and then the World Series, lose my Astros, and all of a sudden he couldn't find out to pass the NLCS in 23, and 2024, 25 back-to-back years in the NLDS, nowhere to be seen in Game 4 on the road. Now, this was learned yesterday, I should say. This was learned yesterday. The Phillies have fired their manager, Rob Thompson, according to Jeff Passan. Don Mattingly will take over as the interim manager. According to The Athletic, was the first to report the news. And this is my favorite one from the Simpsons episode. Sources say Mr. Burns is still waiting to get rid of the Cybers. That's pretty good. This is for Drew Kessler on ESPN. Let me follow this guy. So, yeah, I think, the Phillies fans have had enough of it. Look at this. Alex Cora agreeing, Rob Thompson. That's good. That's good. Oh, man. Carlos Mendoza could be on a hot seat. Again, I will not be surprised if they fired Joe Espada later on in the middle of the season, maybe in the summer or possibly late spring, if they start losing games, because the Astros are still in last place in the AL West. Look at this. I told you to get rid of to trim those Cybirds, go home for good. That's great. So I just want to point this out, and so there's baseball managing fires. They got rid of those guys, and And by the way, De'Aaron Fox at 21 points. Wembanyama has 14 rebounds and 9 assists by De'Aaron Fox. So, Drew Holiday has 7 assists. So, there you go, guys. Nothing on college football. It's kind of quiet after the spring game. But Pac-12, I was going to tell you this. Pac-12. Well, it looked like Warner Brothers. It looked like the Warner Brothers logo. Does it tell you that this looked like the Warner Brothers logo from 1986 to 2022? Like, yeah, I'm not going to play the sound to show you all. Yeah. Look at this. This looked like the Warner Brothers companies, but back in the 80s and 90s, like after credits, there's a logo. Or the CD I have is Joe Sample's Spellbound, George Benson's Twice to Love. And that's the one I got. And there's the teams right there: Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Gonzaga, Oregon State, San Diego State, Texas State, Utah State, and Washington State. And this is their new league, same legacy. The mark of a boulder, the boundaries are gone, the energy is electric, and the new Pac-12 is coming. Back to pack. Tradition meets transformation. Our mark has meaning. And Will from Game On. And I responded to him and this is what I said. This looked like the Warner Bros. Discovery to me. And his response: "We are so back." And my Boise, and says, "I may have to go down to that to go to that game. Go there. Well, go down there for that game. Looks like it's at Pullman this year. Yeah, it's at Pullman." And keep everybody's eyes on the schedule, by the way. Their schedule for college football. And I believe, because I put that quote on there. I think there's a view activity. Yeah. I responded, yes, it's at Pullman, Washington. Yeah. October 24th. It's going to be good. Go Cougs. Go Boise. Look, 28 to nothing. I think my mom remembers that game that much. But so there's the Pac-12 logo. Now you want me to get to that. Is the NCAA tournament of college basketball. I was not happy because I was watching Speed. It was about to be over while I was watching it on the Speed yesterday with Harvey Buxton. you saw earlier not too long ago. Now it's been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. They're expecting to have 76 teams, both men's and women's, and I wasn't very happy after I saw this kind of crap. It really disgusts me after I saw this. And it says, NCAA final steps to expand March Madness to 76 teams expected to begin in next year's 2027. Nobody's buying that bullshit, like us as fans. Because who the hell wants to play 12 teams? Like, here's my thing. They're giving us 4 games. Four games. It started on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like they usually have both games on 8 teams. 2 games back to back with 8 teams. Yeah. Now you're gonna add 4 games and 12 teams on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in Dayton? Question mark. The NCAA is reportedly in the final steps and its expert to expand in its men's and women's postseason basketball tournaments to 76 teams, according to ESPN's Pete Thamel. Now, I don't buy one goddamn ass for a second. As a fan, I've watched college basketball since 2005-2006 season. That got me started. Texas Longhorns, Connecticut Huskies. You have North Carolina Tar Heels, the Duke Blue Devils, Michigan State Spartans, Wisconsin Badgers, Florida Gators, Ohio State Buckeyes, the UCLA Bruins, USC Trojans, Villanova Wildcats. I can name all college teams as well. Kentucky Wildcats, the Kansas Jayhawks, in which I despise them the most, Michigan Wolverines, Purdue Boilermakers. Hell, I could keep the list goes on and on. Georgetown, Hoyas, Gonzaga Bulldogs, St. John's, the Red Flames. That name is changed to me when I watch those games every single bleeping time. Now you're expending and you're pissing the game away. You're throwing everything away by the NCAA, and especially on Charlie Baker. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? You were a former governor of Massachusetts. Now you're expending the team. Like Mark Emmert, he destroyed the NCAA that time. Mark Emmert was a terrible president that time, in my opinion, as a fan. Now you have Charlie Baker destroying the sport. And now the fans are calling for boycott. And we'll get to that social media in just a moment because we got a lot of time left. Yeah, we got 30 minutes left. And it says, NCAA has been considering expanding its men's and women's postseason tournaments for more than a year now, according to Thamel, to move a 76 teams formalized in the upcoming weeks. I hope not, with a target deadline for the official announcement slated for the 2nd week of May. And Thamel just said it out. They have what they need to move forward. Of what? They gotta go back to 64. 64 was the best basketball tournament ever. The first week or the first day of the NCAA tournament changed everybody. They're throwing this away. Both men's and women's are pissed. Us as basketball fans are pissed. We're pissed off because of this bullshit. You know who's going to win out in the ratings that's going to destroy March Madness? And I'm not that stupid. I'm not that effing stupid. Because I'm not the biggest dumbass of the sport world. That's Super Bowl, college football playoff, the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the NBA playoffs. They will destroy March Madness when the time comes. And this is my response. I'm literally sick to my stomach. The viewership ratings will drop down like a wildfires. The NBA playoffs over March Madness. Hashtag boycott NCAA, cancel NCAA, and defund NCAA. Yeah, this is from Jon Stewart's The Daily Show. They definitely don't need don't read the room worth a damn. Don't change what doesn't need fixing, dumbasses. Exactly. Should went back to 64 teams with no play. Well, you mean the first four, by the way. They're not play-ins. They're called first fours. How about 48? No. Get a load of this NCAA tournament expansion nonsense. Yeah. From France. The NCAA just took a stupid and incompetent and to a whole another level. Yeah. Literally, NCAA league no one wants this. What the F are you doing? Yeah. What bullshit? F the NCAA. This is so stupid. Great move, dog shit, power schools, and the 30 worst decision by the NCAA has made in a long time. We could keep on going. Disgusting. First 12 does not have the same ring to it as the first four. No thanks. F this bullshit. Sports fans around the country need to protest. They should. They should all protest against the NCAA. Come down to Indianapolis, Indiana. Starting today. Yeah. Shaking my head. No one wants this, man. Stop trying to ruin the best sporting event in the world. Well, it's already going to happen. Oh, this format is highly successful and brings the fans pure enjoyment. How could we F this up so we can make more money? Bleep it. Make it a 362. Oh, my God. Fixing Sunday is a broken, pure money move. Nobody effing wants this. Stop it. They're getting absolutely cooked in the comics section right now. They're getting cooked on this. We don't need more shitty pre-first round games. Oh, man. Shitty idea, but hey, the NCAA is a shit organization anyways. Awful. Why stop? You're literally effing the best with the best thing. Wow. If it ain't broke, break it imperially. ESPN and NCAA were great for the longest time. Now they both suck. Well, I have a feeling the college football playoff is going to be next with 24 teams. You guys ruined everything, bro. Yeah, there it is. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, no. Yeah. The outrage right there. Madness. Nobody wants this aside from coaches and mediocre programs looking forward for bonuses. And they're mentioning the president. Please ever intimidate me. The NCAA has ruined this country. Terrible. Gross. Just gross. Can the NCAA do something right for once? This college football playoff expanding to NBA having an anti-tanking rules play-in game, play-in tournament crap, and NBA Cup, well, the end season tournament. Top NCAA quarterback prospect next year busted for gambling. NFL going to 18 games, Thursday Night Football, and always has been bad. One national game team. Streaming services galore. Green killing sports. I have a feeling the NFL on television and free antenna TVs might, and now they're still under investigation by the FCC. NFL, MLB, they're all involved with this. I will not be surprised the NHL, the NBA, and WNBA could be the next one. The absolute worst. They'll expand the CFP next to 20 teams. Well, 24 teams, by the way. They're getting destroyed on this. And Pete Thamel is getting absolutely scorched to earth right now. He's getting absolutely crushed on this. Because who wants to watch, who wants to see all 4 games in first 4 in back-to-back days today, Tuesdays and Wednesdays? Who wants to see that before the first 4 begins? And this is me. Okay, but like nobody asked. Yeah. Billy Madison, I believe. Or Daddy's Home. Garbage. Oh, this is my favorite. The NCAA is run by episodes. Changed my mind. Yeah. We're expanding the tournament to 36 teams, so we'll get more mid-majors in, right? And the same repeat right there. Everybody gets in the tournament, but yeah, only a few of them are praising this bullshit. And they want to greet this one and sucking the soul life out of them. Effing losers, just want more money. Going to ruin the sport we love. F y'all. F all of y'all. Yeah. The NCAA loves effing up your product. Guys, Mike Monaco, when I saw this yesterday, NCAA is only doing this as a money grab. Dumbest shit. I call this out. Look at this. Very definition of it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. My response. And Michael Scott, thank you. Yep. Thank you. Don't be so surprised on this one, Mike. The NCAA women's volleyball, both men's and women's soccer, and then, of course, NCAA baseball and softball could expand 76 teams next. I have a big feeling this has to be the worst saddest day in NCAA, both men's and women's basketball fans. Whoever wants to expand that, nobody is buying this crap. Nobody is. What's going to happen is they're calling for boycott. And the ratings are going to go down big time if college basketball goes in the longer games. And how many days is it going to be? Oh, yeah, extra longer. Yeah, this is definitely bad. So there you have it, guys. College basketball. My God. So now I want to get to the story that Paige Beckers and the WNBA. Well, I understand what's going on with the whole social media and law story that we got to talk about. And this is what Paige Beckers put this out before we close this out. Quite frankly, I believe in me and AZ's personal relationship is nobody's business but our own. Paige Beckers addressed AZ Fudd's addition to the Wings. And by the way, guys, we'll get to the reactions on today. So let's listen in first.
Genuinely hope everyone had a great offseason. There is something I wanted to address, and I only plan on addressing it once. So if we continue to get asked about it, we will refer to this moment in time, or we will use this time to deflect and talk about our teammates. Quite frankly, I believe me and Aze's personal relationship is no business but our own. And what we choose to share is completely up to us. But as media members, I understand you guys have a job to do. You guys have to ask questions about the basketball aspect of it. So that's what I would do.
So yeah, Paige Beckers shuts the media down on AZ Fudd, Paige Beckers' relationship, but this is nobody's business but our own. Yeah. Well done for Paige Beckers. And someone's getting called out. Says, fortunately, that's not how it works, Paige. But still. So, and this one says, damn, new hairstyle looks like she gained. Okay. I don't want to get to that story. So, okay. It says, WNBA always has drama going on, and that actually is a basketball related. It's crazy. Okay. In college basketball, the women are on the same team, stating each other. This is absolutely no point for reporters to bring this up now. Yeah, they should. Again, I put this video out on my last stream ago. They should not answer that question on AZ Fudd's relationship. Remember, the reporter asked on AZ Fudd about the relationship of Paige Bueckers after she got drafted by the Dallas Wings. Boy, it's gonna get what's better or worse. Okay. Look at this. Yep, she thinks she's bigger than the game. Acts her WNBA has been dead for ages. She was all we had left. The game is gone. She ain't lying. Yeah. From Coming to America movie. She said, F it. Let's get it out of the way now. Mm-hmm. So there you have it, guys. The story of AZ Fudd and Paige Bueckers going at each other. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got to say. So there you have it, guys. I mean, we still got 15 minutes to the end of the stream. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. Well, playlist updates. I only got a few on the 1986 KGC Music. Go check it out. And the best ones is still KGC Music from their biggest playlist, 64 followers. Thank you very much, Breeze, and from WQA and GMC still splits with 29. Thank you very much, guys. For those of you who are expected to join my playlist, especially the ones from this year's 40th anniversary of 1986, thank you guys so much. Go check me out on Spotify. It's there, and I will add some more of it later on down the future for sure. Now, yesterday I just took a big shot on Naruto, Sakura matchup. Well, the fight was a little bit sloppier. That fight was it was terrible, and took a slap by Ino from Sakura. Look, she has no fingerprints. Let's just give it for a second. There we go. Yeah, she thinks she has a no dirty hands on Sakura's cheek. She slapped her on purpose. Good grief. You could tell the expression she has. I was watching this episode yesterday. And Sailor Moon, by the way, season 1 is over. Finally. Yep, there's me. And I always take good shots when it comes to that. Yeah. Because I got nothing else to say. But by the way, it's almost time for basketball standpoint. Yeah, we got time. Wait, what the bleep? Bruh. Seriously? Okay. Yeah. And some knockout punches as well. So there you have it, guys. I took care of some things yesterday on Toonami Rewind Throwbacks. We're back this Friday. Because the reason I'm cleaning up the rest of the place tomorrow, my entire office, and we got some showers this Friday. And thunderstorms. Because it's the first day of May. Feels like it's already spring. So now, and by the way, guys, the CW Sports and ESPN had a little deal coming up on limited stream. So this is what my brother says.
I beg your pardon. I beg your
Let me play it
pardon.
one more time.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's perfect. I always like this. I beg your pardon. Maybe I should do this when it comes to reaction on this. Oh my god. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. So, let's get to the schedule and where are we gonna deal with this? Yeah, Cinco de Mayo. Yep, DVC Kai is back on Tuesday and Thursdays. Yep, we're finally back because Naruto's gonna go on. Samurai Jack just for now on Tuesday because we're gonna have 2 hours back-to-back episodes of Naruto, and then 12 and 14 because it's almost time to wrap it up with Samurai Jack because it's gonna move to Fridays. Yeah, and Naruto will be there with DVC Kai. So there you have it, guys. That's my story. That's my biggest headlines of a day. All that's so. There is that, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, and I have nothing else to say on Instagram. I haven't checked the hoops for hotties before we get out of here. Maybe I should check it out right now before we go. Maybe I should check it out. And when it comes to her basketball related standpoint, and yeah, by the way, the Denver and Minnesota, they took a little fist fight, and the fans took a fight too. And I'm not gonna play the clips because they're gonna think it's violence. They'll take the video, they'll take the stream down. So yeah. And I got some other things when it comes to WNBA of hers because, yeah, I heard South Carolina is getting called out. Well, pro South Carolina Dawn Staley's are going after Raven Johnson because calling what's her name? The GOAT? Question mark? Yeah. I'm not gonna get to that story. Little disgusting behavior by the wokes. Even that, and though, but these wokes don't know when to shut up. I mean, these are far left activists of Dawn Staley and South Carolina of women's basketball because they don't watch football. They don't watch men's basketball. I'm sorry, but not sorry. That's where they are right now. All right, guys, that's going to do it, guys. So I'm going to be out of here because of more NBA playoffs games tonight, Stanley Cup playoffs possibly. And until then, go Spurs, go. Let's see if they can keep on going because tonight, or I should say tomorrow, eyes on Minnesota-Denver series because they're I'm hoping Denver comes back down 3-1 and hopefully we'll sell that rematch once again. So until then, AFG 1997. Follow me as always. Again, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are still subscribed to the channel and rate that bell notifications on. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you guys some other times. Peace. I'm out. Till the next time. Go Spurs, go.